Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is Mychaladrian. I run a website, Mychaladrian.com. I'm a creative photographer, videographer, love to create with all types of mediums, and today I just wanted to come and talk to you about creativity. So for me, creativity comes in all types of forms. I've talked briefly about this in previous videos where I hear people sometimes say, oh, I'm not creative. And for me, I just like to remind them that creativity comes in all types of forms. Whether you are a dancer and you express yourself through your dance, or videography, camera work, musician, writer, chef, whatever it might be, all of that is creativity. And just like that, taking that time to express yourself, it can just be so amazing. I look at creativity as just like a form of communication, right? So of course we have how I'm communicating with you right now, where I'm speaking. And so I would say this is probably like the most common form of communication, is either speaking with our words, or like if you using sign to communicate that way. But I do think that communication comes in a lot of different forms. Sometimes there's experiences that we go through that, as hard as we try to communicate them with words, there's just not a word for it. It is greater than words. It's one of those things where you experience it and you're looking for the right word, and just none of the words can sum up what you're trying to express. And so that's where I love just creativity and expression in the different forms of communication, because maybe you need to express what you saw or how you felt with dance. And you sit there and you find the perfect track and you choreograph that song and you just express the emotions and what you saw and how you felt through that dance. Maybe you want to show the world something that you've seen and you need to do it visually. And so you create a film or you create photography. Whatever it might be, I just love to remind myself that communication can be done in so many different ways. I know for myself, I grew up, I was a musician, and I spent most of my childhood doing music that followed me into high school. And I was fascinated with music. I would play piano, and I would play drums, and I would sing, and I would do all these different things. When I got older, I ended up doing like DJ work, and I started all of a sudden realizing that I really enjoyed that, but I wanted to express myself in a new way. So I picked up a camera and I started doing photography, and I showed the world just the way that I can see things and see situations, and just like getting to take those pictures and share those moments and just express myself in that way has been such an amazing outlet for me. And I still love music. I still have a lot of those instruments, but the reason I bring that up is it's okay if your medium changes. At the end of the day, like, you're a creative, and however you choose to express yourself, I think learning new ways to do it helps you uncover maybe things that you weren't able to express before. And one thing that I've noticed, especially doing photography, now that I'm getting into video, I get to bring my passion and music back in by picking tracks, or doing DJ work and filming myself DJing, or whatever it might be. Just like, I think like once you learn one passion area, it really can translate to the next, and I just find that so amazing. Also too, being creative and using these different forms of communication, it crosses the language barrier. I used to live in Okinawa, Japan, and I remember being out there. I would go out on the weekends and hang out with locals, and a lot of the time we would connect on our love for music, specifically hip-hop. It was really interesting to find out, like in the Okinawa area, hip-hop had a huge presence, and it was really, really fun to get to talk about different hip-hop artists that we enjoyed, and just like the hip-hop culture and streetwear and different things. That's really where I think a lot of my passion for streetwear cultivated. Of course, I was into that stuff in high school, but like getting to communicate with people through the use of streetwear and hip-hop and just like express that passion, I was able to learn from them, they were able to learn from me. And although we might have not always been able to talk to each other with words, we were able to express ourselves through what we wore, the music that we listened to, and just getting to share those emotions and that excitement through those outlets. And I just loved that. And yeah, I hope that you've gotten something from this. I would love to hear, like, how do you feel about communication? Like, do you think that communication is just through words and writing? Do you agree that we can communicate with other ways of creativity. And if so, what are some examples that you like to do to express yourself? Like, are you a photographer? Are you a videographer? Are you an artist, musician? Like, what do you do to communicate? I would love to hear. Comment below. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. I am growing this channel and I love it. I've been trying to make these videos weekly now. I usually post them on Friday or Saturday. So if you haven't gotten a chance, definitely go back and watch some of the previous ones. And yeah, if you haven't already, definitely check out Mychaladrian.com. That's Mychaladrian.com. I spell Michael a little bit different. I'll have to do a video on that one day of just like where that name came from. But anyway, I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you have an amazing day. And as always, peace, love, namaste. Have a great day. Thank you.